Hello, Scott from Hey You Guys.
Nice to
Congratulations on
Thank you.
everything. What would you have done if this hadn't worked? What would you have done if this hadn't worked all those years ago?
Oh my God! You mean if the MCU wasn't built to where it is right now?
I mean, as a fan, I'm just
here.
Like, it's crazy.
I guess I'll be working at somewhere else if Marvel didn't exist after the first Iron Man. So we're very fortunate that we get to be where we are right now.
This must be a very strange experience for you all because it's probably the first movie, maybe ever, where you don't want anything to get out. So much so that you don't even let the cast see the movie. How have you managed to do that?
It's been very tricky. We did this for 4 years because we filmed Infinity War and Endgame back to back. Infinity War was just a spoiler, spoilery as this one. So we really sat down in the beginning and worked out every strategy that we could to ensure that none of this leak happened. And one of which was to make sure that the cast doesn't get the entire script and they only got their lines.
Yeah. I mean,
which I believe has been working because they have no clue what's going on.
I think obviously you're not telling Tom Holland does it maybe worked a little
bit. Absolutely not.
Let me ask you about this. I mean, it's a 3-hour movie. Obviously, there's going to be thrills and spills and everything else, but you have a lot of character development, a lot of character strands to kind of wrap up in many ways. How did you guys manage to kind of juggle all of that and bring it to the fore?
Well, I mean, this is closing a chapter to Phase 3 of the MCU history. So, we really focus on the original 6 Avengers who started all of this, about 10 years ago. So you can say that their story is coming to an end in that sense. That's pretty much all I can say without spoiling anything else.
It's really must be really difficult to talk about because you've already,
we can talk about the weather.
We talk about the weather. It's quite nice today. Yesterday was really bad. But I mean, going forward, obviously you guys can't. I know you can't say anything, but.
Yeah.
Are you excited to kind of go into a different era and different genre and everything else? Because you kind of get to mix it up, hopefully, by introducing some new characters.
I do, but I also wouldn't, miss... I mean, we've spent the last 10 years working with all of these characters, right? So there's going to be a bittersweet feeling of like, it's we're closing this chapter, and then it's like, what are we going to be focused on next?
There's a lot of fans out there who are quite excited with the fact that at some point the Fantastic Four and X-Men, all those guys, might be involved, but it must be great. That gives you another challenge, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? That's opening up a lot more doors for us to possibly, do stuff like that in the future. So.
And then Endgame, I mean, it must be kind of bittersweet, even though it's not the end. It kind of feels like a finale in some respects.
It is. It's only because we've worked with these cast members. I've worked with the Russo brothers and Marcus McFeely, who wrote the screenplay on the last 4 movies. So for the last 7 years or so, it's been the same core group that have worked together on these movies. So it is sad to kind of see that end. But you know what? Hopefully the future will bring us back together again to continue working.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey